Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Anu and I make videos from the province of Alberta in Canada. Today I have a recipe that I'm going to be sharing with you guys. It's been a hot minute since I did one and I actually have a few lined up for you guys. So turn on your notification bells if you don't have it on yet. So yeah, let's go to my kitchen.
You and me, we meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free.
I'll be showing you guys what I used in this recipe. So I used turkey, good old turkey. Yeah, I get mine from the African store. Yeah, and then I'm using some split crabs. Wow, these are like gold to me. I got some from Superstore and I got some from Walmart if you live in Canada. Yeah, and if you live where there are plenty, you can just get them from your regular market. And then I have some prawns here. These were quite big. Yeah, so prawns or shrimp, whatever you call them. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, I really liked the flavor they added to the dish. And so because I want my pottage, plantain pottage, to be very stewy, I am using a lot of peppers, so red bell peppers, tomatoes, and yeah, I think I used about 5 red bell peppers and like 6 tomatoes if I count properly. And then because I do not use MSG seasoning in my cooking anymore, I tend to use a lot of onions, garlic, and ginger in my cooking. So I have like a whole bulb of garlic that I peeled, 2 medium-sized onions, and then just a chunk of ginger that I'm going to add to both the meat and the pottage. And then I have some ground red pepper, and then I also have salt, and that's all the seasoning that I'm adding to this plantain pottage. And then I have some dry crayfish. I have these ones that are not ground, and I'll show you guys why. And then I have palm oil. I'm not using everything here but yeah, this is good old palm oil. And then I have green leafy vegetables, spinach. You can use whatever vegetables you have, but I'm using spinach. And yeah, I'll show you guys how I did that. And then some plantains. These were not all the way ripe, they were like halfway ripe. I don't like them unripe, and yeah, I don't like them too ripe also. And then so I'm just here going in with the salt to my turkey, and then grating in the ginger, garlic, onions, you know, with my handheld grater. If you guys have watched up until this moment, please click the like button. Yeah, it would really help me if you just click the like button. Yeah, thank you for doing that right now. So I'm just grating in the ginger, garlic, onions, salt, and I'm just going to stir it and then put it on the stove to begin to boil. And yeah, all the salt that I added was what I added to both the turkey and the crab. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Also, please help my markets, help my ministry. So I've cut up the peppers, the onions, the tomatoes, and I'm just blending them up in my food processor. So I'm not going to blend it to be very fine. I'm just going to like pulse it, you know, a few times, and then, you know, just because I want to see the chunks of pepper in my plantain pottage. And so because of that, I'm not blending it all the way through. You can see the consistency. So the first thing to do here is, in a clean pot, just add some palm oil, and then I'm going in with some salt. This is, you know, so that the palm oil doesn't smell on your tongue. I think I mentioned that in one of my previous videos. And then once the oil is hot enough, I'm gonna add in the peppers and onions that I just pulsed in my food processor, and I'm stirring it. You guys, if you see this spatula everywhere, if you see me using it for everything, just know that this is my new omorogun. Omorogun is like a turning stick. Yeah, and you pretty much, it's very versatile. I use it for baking, I use it for cooking, I use it for everything. So I'm going in with my ground dry pepper right now. I don't know what I wanted to see. I am going in with the ground dry pepper, and yeah, uh just like two of them, 2 teaspoons of ground dry pepper, because my husband doesn't really like it very too hot. Yeah. And I'm just stirring that. After stirring, I'm gonna leave it to, steam, cook down, and kind of dry up. So the next thing I'm gonna be prepping is my vegetables, and I've rinsed them. They come clean, but I like to rinse them once again, because sometimes when I rinse, you actually find sand. Yeah. So, and I'm just cutting and slicing them up. You guys, this reminded me of how, like, we go to Nigerian markets, and those people that slice vegetables, they're so fast, but I go in very slowly. I've never been able to cut vegetables very fast. I go in very slowly, and I'm always careful for my fingers, my nails. But yeah, how are you guys doing? I hope you're doing well. I hope you guys are enjoying the weather wherever you are. Yeah, it's beginning to warm up in the province where I stay, especially in the city where I live. It's beginning to warm up. And speaking about spinach, I planted mine, you guys. I planted mine a few days ago, and I'm so excited to see how they come out. I'll show you guys for sure whatever I get from my harvest of spinach. So I'm just going in and cutting the spinach into as small pieces as I like, or as they can possibly be. Yeah, so spinach is all cut up, and then the next thing that I'm going to do is, yeah, so I'm just showing you how I cut them up here. And so the next thing that we're doing is just to pour some hot water on it, and this way it kind of shrinks it and removes whatever thing that is not, yeah, just for 1 minute. I'm not going to leave it for too long in the hot water, or I did not leave it for too long in the hot water. So just mix it with hot water for about 1 minute, and then squeeze out the water. That way when you cook, when you put it in the actual pottage, it doesn't release too much water into the stew, if you know what I mean. This just kind of helps me, it kind of helps me to extract the water from it. Yeah. And I feel like I should mention here that sometimes I say water, sometimes I say water. This is because I grew up in a country that was like, we used to speak British English, which is water, and then now I live in North America where they say water. So sometimes my sentences are a little confused. I say water sometimes and I say water. So you guys, yeah. So this is the turkey boiling down. Yeah, it's going good, and it's just salt, onions, garlic. You guys, I have not missed not using MSG seasoning. Like, I don't even know the difference now. I think there's a part in the Bible that says that whatever you yield yourself to, that becomes your master. So yeah, if you say you don't want to do something, you won't. If you say you don't want to be something, you just won't. And yeah, and you just get used to it. So I'm adding the crabs into the turkey, because the turkey has boiled almost all the way through now, and I'm not adding any more salt. The salt that I added into the turkey is just enough to cook the crabs as well. And yeah, all it needs is steam. It doesn't really necessarily have to be in the water. Yeah, and then so the next thing that we're doing here is to boil the plantains. Now I'm boiling it with the skin on, just to retain as much nutrients as possible. So yeah, I'm just slicing up. Children, don't do this at home. Always slice on your cutting board. My dad always tells me to use a cutting board, but sometimes ain't nobody got time to pull out a cutting board. And I just used it for the vegetables. I didn't want to have to start rinsing or doing one thing or the other. So yeah, that's been cut up and it's going on the stove. So right now I have like 3 things going on the stove, and this just makes my cooking fast. This is how I cook very, very fast. I have like a few things going on at the same time, and I just have to multitask and use my head, or make sure that everything is going well. Yeah. So I have the crabs on there and the turkey as well, and then I have the stew boiling down. Stew is boiling down. Yeah, you can see that it is kind of drying out a little, so that's good. And then I also have the plantains boiling as well. I just put them on. So yeah, they haven't started boiling, but yeah, they're on. So I have three things going on the stove right now, and yeah, in no time food will be ready, or food was ready then. Okay, so this is how I treat my crayfish. I add a little salt and then add some water and then kind of rinse it. The salt makes whatever sand, sink to the bottom of the bowl. Now, with the dry crayfish, I guess you can rinse it still with salt water, but not necessarily, because sometimes you just find out that your vegetables, or there's some grains of sand, and I think mostly it comes from the crayfish because they blend different things with it. But I like to buy it like this so that I can rinse it, and then all the sand comes out. That way, there's no there's no story when you're eating, because it can be very, very disappointing when you bite on stone or sand. So I'm adding in the crayfish into the stew. You can see that it still has boiled a little, and you guys, I was just too lazy to set up the tripod, moving it back and forth, so you might see that the screen is a little shaky here. Yeah, I was holding the camera, so I'm just mixing in the crayfish and the prawns or the shrimps. I'm mixing both in. It looks so good. Like, I feel like making this all over again, just watching it over. You guys, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and please share this video if you find it useful, or if it's a recipe that you feel like a family member or a friend would enjoy. So yeah, after a few minutes, I'm just going in with my turkey. I didn't grill or fry it or do anything. It's going in boiled like that. Yeah, ain't nobody got time for. Yeah, this is a one pot, easy to make dish and super healthy as well. So I'm going in with both the turkey and the crabs at the same time. I mean, look at all the goodness. We've got prawns, we've got turkey, we've got crabs, we've got crayfish. I mean, some people will even add like 3 or 4 more things to this dish, but I'm good with this. I'm good. So that we can have more things to cook with, for another meal. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm just stirring all that in, and yeah, we're pretty much like halfway through this dish. Remember to taste for salt. I tasted for salt, and I wanted to add a little bit of the stock from the crabs and turkey, and this is all the seasoning that I added. Again, you guys, you can do without it. Whether MSG is good or not, I am just avoiding it. Yeah, don't ask me why. So now the plantains are boiled, and I'm just peeling them now. So yeah, they were quite hot actually. I don't even know how I did that, but yeah, I just peeled them, and this is what they look like after peeling them. And then the next thing that we're going to do is, yeah, wait for it. Yeah, so we're just stirring that in, and then we're going to add, what do you guys think is coming next? The vegetables. So I'm adding in the spinach. Look at how green. They're still very green. They still have all their nutrients in. Yeah, like I said, I didn't leave it in hot water for more than 1 minute. So yeah, the vegetables go in here, and this way, since they don't have too much water, so my stew that has reduced will not become watery again, if you know what I mean. That's why I did that hot water thing. And so yeah, after that, I'm adding in the plantains almost immediately as well. So yeah, food is ready. Actually, bring your plate, spoon, fork. So I'm just stirring all that in. I mean, you can have the boiled plantains and the vegetable sauce on the side, but I just wanted a one pot meal, and I just wanted the plantains to also soak up all the goodness from the crabs and the prawns and everything. So yeah, I added everything in. This is a super healthy pot of food to make actually, and yeah, my husband says this is his new favorite meal to have. Yeah, so after this, just leave it for a few minutes, to steam, and like I said, so that the plantains can soak up all the goodness. And food is ready, you guys. This pot of food, let me tell you guys what happened. It did not last more than one day, more than 24 hours. By 24 hours I mean we had it for dinner, and then the next day like brunch, and yeah, that was it. That was the end of this pot. It was so good. Like the crabs just have like this good seafood goodness. Yeah. Anyway, and that's all about this meal. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't, and yeah, let me know if you guys try this out, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.